All right. Well, yeah, happy Thursday. I'm Brigham Joy. I'm the founder of America's Team, and I'm sitting in for Tom this week. He's over in Japan. And so yeah, this is fun. I don't get to do this a whole lot, so I'm going to do the Zoom call. And what we'll do is I will tell you the history of America's Team, how we got this whole thing started, and then I'll go over some frequently asked questions. And then if you guys want to put in the chat your questions, and then we'll just run through all those questions that you guys have in the chat, and we'll knock all those out. And then one mistake I did make on Tuesday, so I'll not make this mistake today, is my close. I just started answering questions, and I forgot to tell you guys that we have these Zoom calls every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you have more questions next week, hop on. You can attend as many Zooms as you want. But I forgot to tell people that on Tuesday. So but yeah, so let's see here. So yeah, we'll just get into how we got this thing started. So I played small college baseball here in Kansas and got the opportunity to go to Germany and play baseball. And guys, it is the coolest thing I have ever done. And it doesn't actually have anything to do with baseball. I went over there, I had like blinders on. I thought I was just there to play baseball. And about the second day we were in Germany, they took us to the Dachau concentration camp. And guys, that rocked my world. That was like the Lord just came and shook me and said, "Hey, there's a big world out here. You need to go see it." So that was my life-changing moment there. So fast forward, I graduate college, get a job, and quickly realize, guys, working sucks. Like I don't recommend it to anybody. So at 26, I decide, you know what? If I have to work, I might as well do something that I love. So I started taking baseball teams overseas. And that was 18 years ago, because now you're looking at a 44-year-old kid. And guys, we've been lucky enough to grow this thing to baseball, softball, basketball, and volleyball. And my goal is simple. It's simply to give other kids the same opportunity I had. So that's my story. But today, it's all about your story. How can we help you go see the world, put the USA on your chest, and change your life? That's what our goal is. So that's kind of the history of America's Team. And now I'll jump into frequently asked questions here. Just a sec. So the first question that always is on everybody's mind is, how did I get invited? So here's the answer to that is, we work with college coaches all across the country that send us players that they see out on the recruiting trail. And the kind of kids that we look for are good athletes who can play, multiple positions and mix and match lineups. And the reason we need good athletes that can play all over the place is, guys, we want to keep our roster small, because we know, or I know as a player, you guys are going overseas to play ball, not to watch ball. So we need kids that are good athletes that can, just throw you out of the field, throw you out on the court, and just play. We just need good athletes. So those are the kind of kids that the college coaches send us when they see you guys out on the recruiting trail. And as far as team size, because this is another common question, we like to keep our rosters small. Again, for basketball and volleyball, we don't like to carry more than 10. And for softball, we don't like to carry more than 12. So again, we want to keep our rosters small because I know you guys want to play ball and not watch ball. So let's see here. Your tour schedule. And actually, I should back up how we build the teams. So you guys know where all the kids are coming from the coach's recommendation. But then what we'll do is, once we get all the players that are signed up, we will then divide them up by position, because in volleyball, we don't want all of our team to be front row, not have back row players, and vice versa. With basketball, we don't want just a team of bigs and no guards, and then we don't want a team of guards and no bigs. So we take everybody's position and we build the teams accordingly to, I guess, balance the teams out to make sure that all the positions are covered. So your tour schedule, whether you're going to the Dominican, Australia, Europe, wherever you're going, the tour schedule is going to be the same. So the first couple days, that's the tournament. That is just like being here at home where it's sports all day. You're going to live at the gym, you're going to live at the field, multiple games a day. That's the tournament. So that's going to go on for the first 3 days. And then the rest of the time is spent exploring as much of that country as we can. So after the tournament's over, you can put your athletic gear up because you're not going to need that anymore. Now we're going to explore and go sightsee and learn the culture of wherever, whatever country you're visiting. So that's how the tour schedule kind of plays out. Let's see here. Next is what's included. So here's what's included is your flights and hotels, games and uniforms, all the tours and excursions that we take you guys on, your tour bus, your tour manager, breakfast and dinner every day. So 2 meals per day. And then even your tips, like your tips to your local guide and your tour manager, that's included also. So that's everything that is included. What's not included is lunch and then spending money. So you're going to need lunch money and spending money, and that's it, because everything else is included. So let's see. The next thing. Oh, flights. So how we work flights is we have a departure city, and I think the ones for Europe are going through New York, then the Dominican I think is Miami, and then Australia is LAX. So let's use the Dominican Republic as our example for today. So let's say I'm from Kansas City, and then let's say we have a player from Milwaukee and then another from Boise, Idaho. So what we're going to do is we're each going to fly from our home airport. So Kansas City, Milwaukee, and Boise, and we will cover those flights. So this flight is part of, the tour costs that you guys are paying for. So we all fly from Kansas City to Miami. We all meet in Miami, and then together we fly from Miami to the Dominican Republic. And then it works the same way, just in reverse coming back. We go the Dominican Republic to Miami, and then Miami, you fly back to your home airports. So that's how that works. And the reason I'm, I guess, detailing this out is when you register, you're going to need to make sure and select that you're going to depart from a different airport than your group, and then you'll go in and you'll pick your home airport, because you wouldn't want to pick Miami as your departure city, because how are you going to get from Boise to Miami? So that's why you need to go in and select the correct airport that you want us to fly out of. So that's how flights work. And it works the same way with, any European or Australia also. I was just using the Dominican as our example. So the next thing, safety and chaperones. So at a minimum, and the reason I say at a minimum is we average 6 parents that travel with each team. So you guys are more than welcome to travel. And I'll cover that here in just a little bit too. But at a minimum, there'll be 2 chaperones for the team. So the first chaperone is going to be your college coach. And I guess I should I'll cover safety first, then I'll go back to the college coach. So your first chaperone is going to be your college coach. And then the second chaperone is we employ a full-time, bilingual, professional local tour manager from the country you're visiting. So if you're going to Germany with us, you're going to have a local German with you guys 24/7. And this person's going to run the tour. They're going to take care of all the logistics of making sure the bus driver is there with the bus on time, calling ahead to restaurants, making sure that our tours are ready for us. They're going to run your tour because I want the college coach focused on you guys. Like, I don't want that college coach trying to figure out where to park the bus for the ball game or how to get to this restaurant. I want the college coach focused on you guys. So that's how it works there. Now, I said I'd back up about the college coach, and this goes more onto like the team stuff. So once we break you guys up into teams, we will assign each team a college coach. So let's say, for example, we have 3 softball teams going to Italy. We're going to have 3 college coaches leading those 3 teams. So 1 college coach per team. So, and then once we assign those coaches, the coach will start communicating with you guys and start building that team bond with you and your teammates. And we like to do that in December at the latest. So hopefully we'll get that done a little earlier, but December at the latest is when we would assign your coach and you guys can start that team bonding process. So let's see here. Okay. Speaking of college coaches, like, how do we help, or how does this help with college recruiting? So not only are you guys going to get to play in front of college coaches all week, but even more importantly, you guys are going to get to network with those college coaches all week, just getting to see them on and off the court or on and off the field. And guys, where this is so vital and so beneficial for you is the coaching network is so tight. They all know each other. And here's an example. Let's say I'm a setter for the 2025 class. Well, my coach that is coaching me in Spain, she may not need a setter in 2025. She's already signed one. But you know what? She's going to know half a dozen other coaches that are looking for a 2025 setter, and she can make calls on your behalf. So this is just an added benefit of growing your network. So absolutely use this to your advantage to help go play at the next level. Let's see, family member travel. I kind of hit on this for earlier, but parents, you guys are more than welcome to travel. And in fact, any family members, so brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, grandma and grandpa, you guys are more than welcome to travel. So let's see, with you guys, family members, the cost is the same as a player, and that guarantees you everything that your daughter gets. You just don't get to play, but same flights, hotels, meals, tours, you guys get to share that experience with them side by side. The only difference is she goes to the court and you go to the bleachers. But yeah, you guys are more than welcome to travel. Let's see, registration deadline. The sense of urgency is getting the kids signed up within that 30-day window. So each of you has gotten an invitation, and once you get that invitation, you have 30 days to lock in your spot. So again, the sense of urgency is getting the kids signed up to lock in her spot on the team. But then family members, you guys can wait, because we can add as many family members as we want. So for family members, as long as you guys get signed up by January 1st, you'll be perfectly fine. You can sign up now if you want to, right along with your daughter, but January 1 is when family members need to sign up. Again, the sense of urgency is getting the kids signed up to lock in their spot on the team. So that's that. Payment schedule. So when you register, your deposit is due. So you can pay $200 now and then $295 30 days later, because your deposit is $495. But ACIS allows you to break that up into 2 different payments. So your deposit is $495, And then by January 1st, you need to pay another $1,000. So you would have paid a total of $1,495 by January 1st. Then, based on when you travel, if you travel in June, your final payment deadline is February 17th. If you travel in July, your final payment deadline is March 1st. Or if you travel in August, your final payment is due April 1st. So that all depends on, when you travel dictates when your final payment is due. So let's see, that's that. Yeah, I think that's all I have on my list here. So I'll open up the chat and see what questions you guys have. And yeah, we'll get these bad boys knocked out here. Start from the top. Okay, how many teams will be there per country? So let's see here. And it differs. Like the Dominican and Costa Rica will have 4. Italy's got 3. Germany can handle 6. And then Spain and Australia, I believe 10 is our cap. So it depends on how many teams we can get from each location. I'm not in college. Do I need to be? No. All of our players or our teams, they're made up of high school kids, from incoming freshmen all the way up to, graduating seniors. And then we also have some younger college kids that play also. So yeah, as long as high school kids and then like freshmen, sophomores in college, you guys are good. My daughter's a rising freshman. Which college referred her? I don't know who referred each kid. So back to our recruiting process. What we do is all of those college coaches send in the players, and we put them into just one big database, and then unscientifically we divide out the kids and we send out the invitations. So, and this actually brings up a really good point. So, let's say you got invited to go play in Spain, but those dates don't work for you. Well, we have other teams traveling at other times that you could go play on a team going to Germany or Australia if those dates work better for you. So if anybody has, date conflicts or they'd rather go to another destination, just shoot me an email requesting, another destination, and I can send you that invitation also. And I'll put my email address here in the chat. So yeah, if anything doesn't, if the dates don't jive, then yeah, just shoot me an email and you guys can go somewhere else if you want to. Let's see here. For the girls traveling alone, will they have a person that will help them at the airport? So I guess how it'll work, let's say you're the only person traveling from Boise. You would drop her off at Boise. She would travel alone from Boise to the airport that everybody's meeting at, and then from there would be somebody to help her. That's where the coach will step in, because the coach will be at that airport, and they'll help your kids the rest of the way. But if they are flying alone from their home airport to the meetup airport, they would be alone unless we have other travelers on that same flight. Okay, do we practice? No, we won't, because we're building our teams with kids in all 50 states. So the first time you guys actually meet each other in person will be at the airport getting ready to fly down. So where is the place you meet up with each other for flights? That depends on which tour you're going on. You'll have a departure city where everybody will converge. For Australia, it's LA. The Dominican, it was Miami this year. For European destinations, you're looking at somewhere on the East Coast, like Atlanta, New York, Boston, Philly, one of those. Let's see here. How much is the deposit? I saw two different amounts. So the total deposit is $495. What ACIS allows you to do is pay $200 today. Like, so when you sign up, you put down 200, and then 30 days later, you would pay 295 to satisfy that 495 deposit. So that's what you can do there. Or if you just want to get the deposit done and over with, you can pay the entire 495 in one swoop too. Who are the college coaches for the softball team? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you guys a link that has all the I'm going to put this in the chat here, that has all of the college coaches in it, so you guys can look to see the different college coaches that we work with. Oh, are the dates listed somewhere? I didn't see them. So the dates are going to be on your invitation. Chris, shoot me an email and I'll make sure you get that information. So how many athletes have been invited to each country? So what we've found, we have about an 8% close rate. So for every softball team to build a team of 12, I need to invite about 150 kids. Then with basketball and volleyball, it's about 100, actually about 120, because it's about an 8% close ratio. So we know that in order to build a team of 10, we need to invite about 120 kids. So can we go a day early to practice? We can be you can, but you'd have to fly out on your own. So I guess the easy answer there is no, you're not going to go a day early to practice. Let's see, how many games are we played? So great question. At a minimum, each team will get 6 games. And then depending on how you do in the tournament, you could get more, but at the very least, you'll get 6 games while you're there. Can they go to a different location? Yes. Heather, just email me and I can get you the invitation for Italy or Germany. How much do you have to deposit by January 1st? You have to pay $14.95 by January 1. And I'll just put that in the notes. So $4.95 deposit due when you sign up. Then 1,014.95 total paid by January 1. Okay. What is the total cost of the trip? Shalana, that depends on where you're going. I'll give you ballpark prices, but the exact cost is on your invitation. Australia runs about 6,500. Italy runs about 58. Let's see, Spain is about 5,400. Germany is about 51. And then the Dominican and Costa Rica are about $4,000. But again, the exact to the dollar cost will be on the invitation. Is this like the down under games in Australia? Probably, something similar from what I know about. I believe the down under games, they play football, but yeah, if that's what you're talking about, yes, we're taking kids overseas to play sports and show them the world. So I'd say we're probably pretty similar. How do we know if they're traveling with us? I'm not sure I understand that question, Addie. But if you're asking this, like if you're playing on one of our softball teams and then another kid's playing on a volleyball team. How do you know that they're with America's team? What we have you do, and we have all of our travelers dress in America's team gear, because that's part of what we give you guys is you'll be wearing your America's team t-shirt while you fly, because that helps each other pick each other out in the airport. So if that's what you're asking, that's that answer. But if you're asking another question, let me know. Let's see. What if your child is injured next July? So this is actually a great question about travel insurance. So, you don't have to get it from us. You can go out to go Google, travel insurance. You can go out to the marketplace and get it. But regardless, get travel insurance, just simply because of, what Amy just talked about. What happens? Like what happens if she gets hurt or gets sick, or, life happens. And you'll need that travel insurance, because if you're all paid up and then you can't go for some reason, well, you're going to need that insurance to be able to get your money back. So again, you don't have to get the travel insurance from us. We offer it, but if you, I guess, just go get it. I would highly recommend getting the travel insurance, just to make sure that you guys are covered in case something does happen. So Addie, it does not cost parents to get into games. So yeah, you'll be fine there. For all the coaches on the link, do all coaches go to each location? No. So the some coaches will go to Italy, some will go to Spain, some will go to Australia. Every coach does not go to each location, because those they overlap a lot. Is there any more questions? Is that everything? Oh, nope. Okay. Is it possible to switch locations if it's cheaper than Australia? Yes, Shelly. Shoot me an email and we can get you to a different location if Australia doesn't work for you. So absolutely, yeah, we can do that. What is a good way to fundraise? ACIS has um, it's like, it works like GoFundMe. So you can go out and solicit invitation or donations from all of your friends and family in your network. And unlike GoFundMe that charges a 10% commission, this app that ACIS created doesn't charge any commission. So every dollar that gets donated to you gets put into your account. So that's a great way to fundraise. So let's see here. Yeah, I know that USAV Nationals got pushed back, which is unfortunate. So no, I don't know the coaches that are going to Australia yet. We assign the coaches after we figure out how many teams we have. Do all locations have all the listed sports? So let's see here. Softball goes to the Dominican Republic, Spain, Italy, Germany, and Australia. And then basketball and volleyball go to the Dominican Republic, Italy, Spain, Germany, Australia, and Costa Rica. Let's see here. What's the app called? The app for ACIS is fundraising. It's once you sign up and register and pay your deposit, you'll have your own online account, and then you'll be able to grab your fundraising page and the link from your online account. So where do I go if you want to watch the Zoom meeting again? I'm recording it right now. I'm going to put it on YouTube, and then I will post it to our Facebook page. Okay, if you can't make it this year, can you go next year? Absolutely. So yeah, if this year doesn't work for you and 2025 would be better, you can absolutely play in 2025. So yeah, for sure. Would you know if RBI and MLB? I have no idea. I don't know that. I don't know that question. Shalon, I don't know if RBI and MLB know about this. So yeah, I don't know. Charlene, I'm going to put our Facebook.com. There's our Facebook page. Oh, I didn't put that to everybody. I'm sorry. Let me put that to everybody. And I'm going to put my email address too, just to make sure you guys have it. Because I'm not sure if I posted that to everybody or if I posted it private. Um, but yeah, that's yeah, I guess, does anybody have any other questions? And again, we have these Zoom calls every Tuesday and Thursday. So if you have other questions, you can think of things, later tonight, absolutely hop back on and ask those questions. Joe, can you go every year? Yeah, absolutely. We have kids that travel 2 and 3 times. So yeah, she can absolutely travel year after year. Yeah, you can email me if you want to go a different year. Yep, that is perfectly fine. So yeah, well, if nobody else has anything, so once you receive an invitation, it's valid for all the years. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, because if you can't go this year and it works better to go next year, that's perfectly fine. Because my goal is to get you guys overseas, to show you the world, to change your life. And if this year just doesn't work out timing wise, but next year does, then that's great, because again, my goal is just to get you overseas, give you that experience. So Joe wants to know how the competition is. Guys, it's good. So let's see. In volleyball, I think the best our team did was they took third. So volleyball is really good. Basketball is really good. Softball. So softball in Australia and the Dominican Republic is really good. Softball in Europe, by our standards, it's probably average. I think last year in Spain, or just a couple weeks ago, because that's in Spain, we took first and third. So we do a good job of competing. Let's see. Can you go when you're a freshman in college? Yes, you can. So yeah, you can travel as a freshman in college. Looks like we got about one more minute, so I'm not going to forget to close this time because I forgot last on Tuesday. Again, if you guys have more questions, hop on Zoom again next week. If you're ready to sign up and lock in your spot, go online, complete the registration, and pay your deposit to lock it in. The sense of urgency is getting the kids signed up. Parents and family members, you guys can sign up later, but yeah, the sense of urgency is getting the kids signed up so they can lock in their spot on the team. But I'll let you guys go and have a great weekend. Thank you.